Hey, we are going to talk about keto and alcohol. It is an important topic. I think it's important because I love wine. And it's one of those things, you dive into keto and then you're like, you get to certain situations and you're like, what do I do here? Well, this is one of those things where there's kind of an easy answer and then there's kind of a not easy answer. The easy answer is if you're just looking at carbs. So if you're just looking at carbs, you can absolutely have a drink or two. And it depends on what it is though. So you can Google, you can go to Pinterest, you can go wherever and find lists of alcohol and the carb count and decide for yourself, okay, what am I going to have? What am I not going to have? The first easy little, tip is that sugar, like stay away from sugar. So mixed drinks like margaritas are things that you would want to stay away from, the really yummy things, the margaritas, there's another one I'm thinking of, and it's like slipping my mind. I really don't drink that stuff. So, and this is why. I mean, I can't really tolerate the sugar anymore. It just gets to be like not very enjoyable to me. But I've been following a ketogenic protocol for a long time. So I did not used to say that. I used to love, the peach fuzzy navel. Loved those. But some, I'm looking at a chart right here, whiskey, brandy, dry martini, vodka and soda water, which does not sound very good to me. Tequila shot. None of that sounds very good to me, but zero carb. Then you're getting into like the margarita is like 8 carbs, but we're talking per serving. We're not talking a ginormous margarita. We're talking per serving. Bloody Mary, 7 carbs, Cosmopolitan, 13, vodka and orange juice, 18. But then you can choose, like there's beer and wine, there's champagne, things like that. If you go for something dry, then you can easily fit that into your protocol. I personally like red wine a lot. I love it. And so I could have a glass of red wine and have like 2 carbs in there. So if you can fit that into your day, then in terms of carbs, it's not a problem. Even some drier white wines are a couple of carbs. Beer depends on what kind of beer. I am not a beer person, but they do have beer out there that is light or low carb. I don't know if it's good or not. Like I said, I'm not a beer person, so you have to pay attention. You can look it up. From what I have right here, we have a Guinness Extra Stout, 14 carbs. And I don't even know if that's like the full bottle or if there's like 2 servings in there. I have no idea. Corona, 14, which am I like allowed to say that word right now? I don't know. And then you go to like the light beers, which I don't know if people like that stuff. Coors Light does not sound very good to me, but beer doesn't sound good to me in general, but 5 carbs for that. There's Ultra Michelob. Is that how you say? Is that what it is? Ultra 2.6, so you can find some that are lower carb. And I know I have seen where they're like actually making, this is a low carb beer, whatever. Same with wine. You have to be careful. There is one out there, a brand, I won't call it out, but it's like kind of marketed as like low carb. And I looked it up and I'm like, this is not low carb. This is not any more low carb than the wine that I get at the grocery store, and you have to order it and it's expensive. But another thing that is personally important to me is the toxins. And so I actually will buy an organic red wine. There are several out there. That my Daily Red or Daily Red, something like that, is an organic one that I can get at Safeway, and it's not expensive. So that's kind of my go-to. Here's the thing though. So beyond carbs, when we're in ketosis, our body has burned through the bulk of our glucose, and we are now into fat burning mode. We are now producing ketones, and it is a clean fuel source. That's good. We love that. Our brains love it. However, when you put alcohol into your body and it's processed through your liver, same with the ketones, the fat, everything, your liver is like, oh, alcohol, I gotta do this. That's its priority. And so your body will switch from burning fat to burning off that alcohol. So with that being said, then you're switching out of that fat burning mode. If you have a glass of wine every once in a while, a couple times a week or whatever, that's not a big deal, especially if you don't have like a bunch of weight to lose. If you have a pretty good goal that you're like, no, I'm going to stick to this and I want to get through this, and you have, you just have a good amount of weight to lose, then I would definitely consider maybe just not for a little bit, because you're going to bounce yourself out of that fat burning zone. And one thing that is super important, non-alcoholic fatty liver is a big deal in our country. It really is. And it's not just, and here I am talking about alcohol, but I'm talking about liver health in general right now. And even if alcohol can even be a part of that, because we're talking about your liver enzymes getting elevated, not to the point where it's like out of control. But alcohol is one thing that you need to worry about, even for like the non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, if that makes sense, because it's still part of it. So this is the first thing that you need to understand. You need to know your liver numbers. You need to go get your ALT tested. Women should be below 19. Your ALT should be below 19. Men should be below 30. Other things aside from alcohol that will boost your ALT is sugar, the triglycerides, and then way too many carbs. Stress is one, you guys. Stress, because that messes with your blood sugar. And also medication will, your liver has to process that. So if you're putting too much stuff into your body that has to be processed by your liver is going to get overwhelmed, and you will see that in your ALT numbers. Plus you're probably going to be tired. You're probably going to have certain symptoms, and not feeling amazing. But if you have fatty liver disease, if it gets to that point, then you're going to feel really sick, and you might have pain. But something that everybody should do, and I say it all the time, is take magnesium. And magnesium is one of those things that can really help support your liver and help keep your blood sugar under control. And I just do a supplement. Go for something like magnesium malate, citrate, glycinate. Never do oxide, because it's just garbage and you're paying for basically nothing, and you might as well flush it down the toilet. It's not like it's gonna harm you. It's just like not worth even spending the money on, and it's everywhere. So please look at the back of the bottle and look at what kind of magnesium. Glycinate, malate, threonate is a good one, especially if you get migraines. Citrate, those are all good ones. Natural Calm is one that a lot of people I know use, and you can put it in, it's a powder, you can put it in your drink. Ultima is a great one that has magnesium, but also potassium, sodium. It's like a healthy form of Gatorade. Gatorade is so bad, it's so awful, but Ultima it's sweetened with stevia, and it doesn't have a bunch of artificial junk in it, so I drink that constantly. Pretty much if you see me with a thing, like when I'm working out, that's what's in it. So those are some tips. And back to the alcohol though. So if you're going to have alcohol on your ketogenic protocol, it's fine, but just be smart about it. Know what your goals are and where that's going to fit into your goals, and then understand that what you're doing to your body beyond the carbs, and make an educated decision on that. And the last thing that I will say is, as you go forward into ketosis and your body is becoming very, very proficient at burning through things, the alcohol is going to hit you faster. And so you might be like, whoa, knocked on your tush a little bit. So please be aware of that and go slow. All right, I think that is it. Please let me know if you guys have any questions about this topic. I will say that around the holidays, I love to make a keto hot buttered rum. I will share that recipe as we get closer to the holidays. And that's like a once a year treat for me. I love it. It's very rich. So I can't have a lot of it. And if you're interested in keto and want to kind of like skim the surface and kind of get the like basic nuts and bolts, you can go to my website, which is healthwithjess.com, and you can sign up and get my keto jumpstart. So, all right, I will chat with you all later.